What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we have Dwight Howard responding to Cam Newton's interview with Royce Reed and some of the line of questioning that seemed to paint Dwight Howard in a bad light. And we don't know if Royce's accusations are true or false, but we have heard them over time. And so Dwight Howard has taken offense to it. And for those unfamiliar um, with the situation, I'm going to play a little bit of the clip, just basically a couple questions that um, Dwight is upset about. Now, he did go on, and they spoke about, uh, Roy saying he got her tied up in the courts where she can't really say anything or tell the truth. So we're gonna listen to those two questions, um, or this main question, I should say, that Cam asked her, and we're gonna get Dwight Howard's response.
I mean, we already here. Fuck it. Is he gay?
Um, I think he's curious.
Have you ever witnessed him in some gay shit? Curious is one thing, but you ever witnessed him on some gay shit?
So Dwight Howard would take to his ex account and he would respond saying, "A lot of snakes in this game that would do anything for views when they are broke," shaking my head. And what is he alluding to? Remember, Cam Newton was on the Special Forces show and he was talking about how he doesn't feel like Superman anymore because he can't provide for his kids like he used to. And also, he went on his podcast and said this.
Just to make it plain and clear, is Cam Newton broke?
Who listening? Nah, hell no. Jokingly, no. To be able to have touched the money that I've touched, I'll be a fucking fool to be broke right now. So, all these fucking financial literacy and financial guru, bro, don't use me as no fucking example. I just don't do that. Yeah. Understanding that, yeah, of course, having a kid, and my kids ain't the reason for anything.
Is it? But having kids like that, because that's what people equate it to. That's the main thing. You shouldn't have had them kids that are. Is it that taxing with the money that you make?
Yeah.
Like to have that many kids?
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you, Peggy. In one given year, I've made $20 million plus. In the NFL, you make all that money in 17 weeks. Can you divide 17 divided by 20 million?
Yeah, 1.17.
So to break this clip down, when saying I'm not able to provide like I once did, I was making $1 million in a week. A lot of these athletes make a lot of money early on in their life.
Correct.
So I'm used to $1 million a month. What in the world could I do that can make me $1 million a week? There's nothing that I have created yet that can provide $1 million in a week. So when people hear I'm not able to provide like I once did, that's when I'm like, I have not made, in the last 3 years, making $1 million a week.
Yeah.
That's not to say I haven't signed a $1 million deal, but in a week?
Yeah.
But in that moment, if we're keeping it a buck,
Yeah.
that was a vulnerable moment where I was honest. I still believe in that, where it's like, yo, I cannot provide like I once did, but I would rather live the rest of my life comfortably like a prince rather than to splurge like a king.
So here's my take on this. Pretty much my other video, I said the same thing. Dwight Howard and Cam Newton both being from the Atlanta area. I wonder why he would choose to do this. And I remember during the time that Dwight was even playing with the Charlotte Hornets, Cam Newton was coming to the games in Charlotte jerseys and all type of stuff, back then. So I don't know if they don't get along or if Cam just thought this would be a good journalistic piece for him to try to have his sit down, candid interview. But you do have to consider your peers' feelings. This isn't just some journalist. And one could argue it may be worse than anything the traditional ESPN guys get on there and do. This is more along the lines of like what Gil King and some of those people try to do. They sit down and try to get some messy details about somebody else that's prominent. And you have to be careful um, when you're doing those things because Dwight Howard has a podcast. If Cam Newton has someone bitter in his life or someone he's fathered a child with, what would stop Dwight from bringing that person on over than, other than just him having some morals that he just wouldn't do it. But what would prevent him from trying to get the worst about you out there? And I think I'm not absolving Dwight Howard of some of the heinous details that came out about his case. You know, um, he had a weird, there was a whole weird thing going on there that I'm not going to delve in too deep, but it's something that should just kind of be an afterthought for us on the outside looking in. I mean, I don't really care anymore, about it. We heard about it. It was something that got into the news. You had that individual come out on social media and really expose some phone conversations with Dwight, and you can hear his voice on the other end of the phone, but I don't think, stand there. What does that get us? And Cam, really got her crying on his interview, all types of stuff. It could make Dwight really feel some type of way. And people are saying maybe she's bitter that Dwight is not engaged, but I'll say this: she's been talking like this for a while. This isn't brand new. Even before Dwight was with this young lady, she's been saying that he had these type of behaviors because she was talking about her son in the case that he got, with the other kid from one of his other baby mamas, I believe it was. She was talking about how the environment Dwight created, kind of contributed to that. But I think that's for her to tell the courts if she feels like something was wrong. Cam Newton, asking that on his podcast. It was a weird question, and it was weird when he kept fishing for it. Um, because you can call Dwight on there, ask him that question. If he'll come on to the podcast, maybe he don't want to answer it, but um, yeah, man, I don't know what to think about this. Kind of want to know what some of you guys think about Cam Newton's line of questioning. Do you think he was off base for doing it? Or do you think, he's within his right? He can ask whatever he want and nothing's off or nothing's out of bounds. Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.